How is it going, folks? Welcome back to Prem. Today is episode number... Birmingham have offered me a job interview. Birmingham City in the Championship, currently right down towards the bottom, but they have got a 31-year-old Dan James. Not for me. Not for me. I'll do the intro again. How is it going, folks? Welcome back to Prem today. Another job interview. Coventry have offered me a job interview. Doug, get a haircut, mate. Coventry, currently 8th in the Championship. It's tempting. No, not for me. How is it Stoke have offered me a job. Sorry, lots of job interviews in the last few weeks. Stoke City, also in the Championship. Apparently at this point, I am now officially a Championship level manager. That said, and I hate to say it, at this point, I feel like we're fairly locked in here, aren't we, at rugby? But to be fair, it's, I suppose, a sign of the progress we're making. We're finally getting job offers. We've had 2 job offers in the previous 6 years, and suddenly there's 3 in the space of 2 weeks. Championship teams that love me, I guess just doing it in the Football League works out for us. You can see the manager profile history, by the way, here. We've been quite a good manager, I feel like, so far at Rugby Town. In spite of that, though, we're not going anywhere. We are currently behind Crewe. Yeah, they've gone ahead of me by a point. We play them on the 9th of December. Let's run the intro and get to that game. It's a big one. Yes, folks, how is it going? Welcome back to Prem. Today, we are back. 2 games at the top of the table. Crewe away, Swindon away. Swindon down in 4th. Crewe, at the halfway point in the season, have gone ahead of us. Now, of course, as of late, our form has been a little bit patchy. It's continued to be patchy. Crewe are very good. This game feels must win. Look at that recent form. 1 win in our last 5. But before we recap the things since last episode and get into the games, I do just want to start this episode with a bit of a thank you and an apology. Firstly, sorry there wasn't an episode yesterday or on Friday. As you may know, I've been quite sick. Finally, my voice is back. I'm not coughing too much. I still can't taste anything, but, well, this isn't a food eating channel, so I guess that's fine. And on top of that, today is a rather special occasion. Today marks 11 years of doing this whole thing on YouTube. Work the Space was made in January 2013. That is mental, isn't it? To think about as an idea. 11 years I've been doing this thing on YouTube. Thank you for your support. If you've been here from the beginning or you've discovered the channel lately, your viewership, I mean, it's really appreciated. I feel like I've truly evolved and grown with this YouTube channel. I'm sure some of you have grown up watching me. It's a little bit scary to think that in the next few years, there's potentially going to be people watching the videos who were born after the date I started the channel. That's mental. And if you do enjoy the content I do and you do want to help me out, there is one thing I'd ask today more than anything. Please go below the video, leave a comment, let me know your favourite save game I've ever done on the channel, and also leave a like. We've not done videos the last 2 days that I would normally do them. I've been sick. The YouTube algorithm is absolutely brutal, and whilst I'm someone who never misses a video whenever I can avoid it, last few days, not been able to avoid it. So yeah, let's get the videos back in the algorithm. It helps support the channel. I do really appreciate that. It's something you can do. It's free. And I know I'm basically begging at this point. Genuinely, it really makes a big difference. Now, of course, last episode, we won in the FA Cup 2nd round. We booked ourselves a spot in the FA Cup 3rd round. It's a really uninspiring draw, ladies and gentlemen. Worthing of the Vanarama National League. It's so underwhelming. I don't think I'm going to come back for it at the end of the month. I'd like to think that we'll make it to the FA Cup 4th round with that game there, but there is a sea of football matches to be played in this month, and we have played a few games since last episode. You can see we won in the EFL Trophy first knockout round against Torquay United. Then to start this month, a 4-1 win against Chesterfield was incredible. Ngoma, 4 goals to his name. Murphy Ngoma is a man who's just grown with this club, isn't he? He's still got 6 years left on his current contract. You look at his overall development, he at this point I think is almost Mr. Rugby Town. Bit of a shame about all the red arrows in certain aspects of his technicals, but that said, what a player this man has been for us. Yeah, if you could put in a good performance today, that would be nice, especially because in spite of winning that first game 4-1, the next game 0-0 against Notts County. I want to be like, we rotated the team. No, we didn't. This was a really strong team we put out on full display. Notts County, currently 16th in the league. So the fact we could only draw against them was less than ideal. What made it even worse is the fact that Crewe have now gone above us. That is... I really want to win the league this year. It's not the most punishing league in terms of automatic promotions, but to be fair, 2 difficult games today. If we lose against Crewe and lose against Swindon... Sound the alarm. That's all I'm going to say. Now, the transfer window opens at the end of the month. Two little bits of dealings going on right now. Connor Coventry on his way out the club to go to Newtown, of all teams. Of course, it was going to be Newtown. £80,000 for Connor Coventry, I think, is a decent sum of money. His contract's up at the end of the year anyway, so we're going to be losing him on a free. And one of the reasons I was willing to sell him is because I've eyed up a replacement. It is another Irish player, mind you. Stuart Masters. This guy is very blooming good. He was on an amateur contract playing in Portugal. Yeah, I'll be honest, I have no idea either. If we do just compare him with Connor Coventry here, you can see he is a massive, massive upgrade. That upgrade is going to cost us a pretty penny, though. I believe he's signing on £1,500 a week. Of course, come January, we're also going to have Jaime joining us. Very excited to see how this guy gets on. Counting down the days, he will be here next episode. And actually, a little bit of a tip for you. The way that I discovered Masters was using these search filters here. Nationality is partially UK or Irish, based in not UK and Ireland, and age at most at 21. Narrow down the list of players who are basically not needing work permits but play abroad to around 300 players. And as you can see here, I have done some mass scouting. There's actually some pretty blooming good players here. Players like Jess Halford, who, I don't know, if I played with a right winger, I'd probably sign. He's very good. There are actually a few players in this list that have, since I've just done my last scouting assignment, have now decided they might be interested in joining us. So I might put out some more scout reports. There's some good players in this list, like Genesis Antwi. Genesis, that is a strong first name. This guy, not a bad right back. Look at those physicals. Now, you might have also spotted here on the club profile screen, we have a new player listed as our hot prospect. It's Chimura. This guy was released by Ross County. Of course he was. We love Ross County and their release players. We snapped him up. I mentioned him a few episodes ago. He's already improving a lot. I'm looking at this potential and the fact he's 16. He could be very good. I'm quite excited about him. And actually, just in some other youth team news, Isaac Warren capped for the under-18s of England, our first ever player to come through our youth intake to represent England at any level. I feel like this is kind of massive. Loads of potential on this guy, some good current ability. Good little goalkeeper, very proud of him. Anyway, we have got 2 games to play today and 2 away days. The first is against Crewe and it's at the Mornflake Stadium, a stadium I went to back in, I think, 2005. I realize that's nearly 20 years ago. It's probably changed a bit since then. Let's go do an away day. So for today's away day, we are going to be heading northwest. We are heading to Crewe, which, as I mentioned, I have been to in real life. I went to the final game of the 2004-2005 season. It was a year when Norwich got promoted to the Premier League, and I was in the Crewe end with a load of Norwich fans, and then we snuck out at half-time and went into the away end at Crewe, which used to be the small, kind of long stand. It's probably completely changed since then. There was a pitch invasion. It was a good time, and speaking of the stadium, here it is. And looking at it, this aforementioned stadium, this was the stadium the away fans were in. I remember being sat up here in the main stand and then sneaking out at half-time and basically having to really politely ask the stewards, who did let us into the away end, in for the second half. Shout out to them. They gave me a core memory right there. Anyway, in terms of the actual football stadium itself, yeah, it is just one big stand and a couple of little ones. Crewe, an interesting place in the world, I feel like. And I'll tell you what, Crewe love their car parks. This is one of the strongest car parks we have seen in Park to Prem so far this year. In terms of activities around the ground, slightly less inspiring. I mean, there's a railway station. If you like train watching, you can go do that. Street view options, are there any? Not in the ground, but we can do a tour of the car park. Silver linings. So whilst we're not going to be able to go inside the ground, we can actually look at the stadium from the outside. It is a proper old school community stadium. There's not many kind of, I feel like, areas in the world where you have a football stadium here and then 20 metres away, there's just houses. Your house being here on a match day must be annoying, right? Shout out to Crewe, not a superstore, not a mega store. They know what they are. It's a club shop. It doesn't need some stupid adjective put in front of it to make it sound more jazzy. Tell you what, the main stand is very, very impressive. I don't know how old it is. It's been there a little while. Yeah, it's actually pretty decently sized, isn't it? From the outside, it almost looks intimidating. Can I go in the car park? I want to go in the car park. Let me in. I can't go in the car park. This is as close as we can get, but shout out, accessibility, clearly a priority here at Crewe. We love that. Now, sadly, we can't actually go in the stadium, but you can see here, this is the smaller stand that I remember going around into. I guess it might still be the away end, given the fact you pick up your away end tickets here. But yeah, I remember walking around this road and then sneaking in. Good times. In terms of the quality of the away day, I mean, they've got the good car park. There's not a lot that we can see from the outside. It is one of the greener stands I feel like I've ever seen here. Probably should get the council doing the garden a bit better. I've decided it is a Google Earth kind of day. I'll tell you what, it actually looks quite picturesque, doesn't it, crew, from this kind of view? Here is the stadium in all its glory. It's cute, it's quaint. In some ways, it's slightly unremarkable, but the car park is, I mean, it's going to do the heavy lifting, I think, here. I was secretly hoping that given my memories of this stadium, I could be a bit biased in some way. I feel like I'm going to struggle to give it above a 6. But it's for that reason, I'm going to give it a 6.5 out of 10. I can do that. I make these ratings. Some people get very upset about them. Yes, they are somewhat arbitrary. But the Mornflake Stadium, it just feels like a proper football ground. I'll tell you what, my Christmas present of a Stanley Cup, which I still don't get the fad of Stanley Cups. Have you seen the people chasing on TikTok, getting the Valentine's edition? I've got the Christmas one here. It's doing the heavy lifting today. Lovely cold water at my disposal. This is undeniably going to be a tricky game. Crew predicted to win the league, now top of the league for the first time all season, if I'm not mistaken. Their key man is Trevor Cavell. He is on loan from Middlesbrough. He is far too good for League Two. And they have also got players like this guy, Callum Hughes, 19 years old, contracted to them, one of their own players. He is phenomenal. And John Jones, another player they've got in at the club, 4 goals and 4 assists to his name, 20 years old, another product of their academy. Crew do have some decent facilities for this level. Now, in terms of our team news for today's game, Andreni sadly out injured. Out for another 2 weeks potentially, so not available for this game, nor the one against Swindon. In terms of the team that we're going to go with, it is going to be this team. And Goma needs a rest. He doesn't get the rest today. He is going to have Edwards to his right, Timmy to his right, and Bamba, obviously new signing at centre defensive mid, made his live commentary debut last time out. We've not played many games since last episode. I feel like this guy could be a really good building block for our team, so he is going to slot in at the back. Have been weighing up the idea of maybe playing him as a deep line playmaker just with his passing range. I mean, he's still got the marking and tackling capabilities for this level. For now, I think we're going to stick with him as a defensive midfielder. And up top, I am going with Hamilton and soon Sup Bell. Our attacking form has been woeful as of late. In fact, when you look at the average ratings for the last 5 games, defensively, we've not been great. Of course, Lissa has recently had to come in with Andreni being injured. That perhaps has been a downfall for us. But actually, we have kept a decent number of clean sheets in recent games. The real issue has just been goal scoring. But you know what? It's been a few days since I last loaded up this save game. The players have had a longer, extended, real-life rest. Maybe the game will think about the fact I've not played recently and give me good results as a way to hook me back into playing Football Manager. That's definitely not a thing, but that does sound like a conspiracy, doesn't it? Okay, first versus second. If Crew win this game, they go 4 points clear of us. If Ngoma scores this, we'd go back to the top of the live league table. He got 4 goals against Chesterfield. I'm expectant. Captain Fantastic. He's leaving us all waiting. Is he going to shoot? And you swing your foot at it, lad. I think he's forgotten how to play football. Take it all back. He's not forgotten anything. It's 1-0 after 2 minutes. What if the idea that if you don't play Football Manager for a few days and then you come back and they give you good wins, what if that is actually a thing, though? What if we win both games today, like, the X-Files theme tune will start playing? Okay, well, we just scored a free kick. They've now got one of their own. Keeley, I'm going to claim, had it covered. It's hit the crossbar and gone over. Less than 10 minutes played in this game. It has been all action. We as the away team may be struggling a tiny bit to get a foothold here. Normally we dominate possession. We are edging it out. Obviously, goal scoring is the name of the game. The fact we've got an early goal is good. Would have loved it to come for one of our strikers. I feel like we need Jude in form. And this has maybe been the first time where he has struggled. Although, well, I thought for a moment he was just going to have an explosive burst of pace and score. It's a sensational tackle by the Crew defender, who do now have the ball, although we're going to win it back. Jude, running at the defence again, skips past one, tries to put it into the middle towards Hamilton. It's cleared away. And now Dobbins, well, he's dispossessed as well. Neither team really valuing possession, it feels like, in this game. Wilkinson, now for Crew, drifting into the wide area. No one in the middle. Lissa makes, well, what I thought was a fantastic tackle. A penalty's been given for that. Crew have a penalty. I think they've paid off the ref. Who is it standing up? It's Steele. I'm looking at you, Keeley. I'm believing in you, Keeley. Did he hit the woodwork? He hit the woodwork. It wasn't even saved. Keeley did some great dancing to put him off. Can't believe they've just missed that penalty. That's a let-off. I mean, imagine if they now score immediately. It's gone over. We're fine. Everyone breathe. Calm. Since we scored, Crew have been all over us. I need to get a bit shouty. Demand more. Ricky D, we need more from you. Jude, more from you. Edwards, Garrett, the full shebang. I've got more from him. He might be leaving us for £7.5 million. If he helps us win this game, It'd be a lovely memory, wouldn't it, to have? What a goal by the left-back. That's his first goal of the season, by the way. Luton are looking at that, licking their chops, thinking, yeah, we're on to a winner here. I still feel like they've overpaid massively, but, I mean, that was stupendous, weren't it? That was quite good. Normally known for his defensive ability. On that occasion, going forward looked great. He might need to do some defending here. Oh my word, okay, Lissa blocked that. Everything's fine. I feel like we're very fortunate to be 2 goals up in this game. Obviously, they've missed a penalty, which inflates their XG, but they have created more in this game. And with 8 minutes left of the half, if we could hold on to the 2-goal lead, that would be massive. A 3rd goal would be just ridiculously flattering. Although I suppose with our quality going forward, maybe our clinicalness is just one of our strengths ordinarily when we're not in our weird slumps of form that we've been in lately. Jude holding up the ball here in a wide area. Timmy, Ngoma and Bamba. Lovely build-up play here. Ball finds its way to Ngoma. Edwards through the middle. Finds a bit of space. And that was a massive tackle by Mitchell in the defence for them. We do still have a corner to try and make something happen here. Ngoma on his wand of a left foot is going to try and put it in. Still kind of half clears it away. Ngoma, edge of the box. Edwards. Hamilton forces a save out the keeper. Okay, well, we've had one corner that nearly amounted to something. Could this one amount to something either? No, we're not even going to beat the first man. Just end the highlight. Football Manager, thank you. Yeah, that'll do. I don't need to see anything more than that. Okay, half-time in this game, 2 goals up. Obviously, Crewe had that big golden opportunity from the penalty spot. They squandered it. Garrett got a great goal for us. At the end of the first half, it is a very even game. I have made the mistake there of telling the players I'm very happy. I could have told them I'm not happy, but 2 goals up away from home against the one and only team above us, I feel like we have to be grateful for the fact that we are 2 goals to the good. And Ngoma is playing well, but his fitness levels do scare me slightly. We've still got another big game today coming up, so I'm going to bring in Pritchard, who has been in some good form recently over the last couple of games. He's going to slide in at centre mid. Elsewhere, I'm going to take off Hamilton. I'm going to bring in Goldsmith. Goldsmith perhaps has been our striker in slightly better form than everyone else, but he has also just been struggling a little bit with fitness. I've had to rotate things a little bit. But you know what? He's going to have a bee in his bonnet having been dropped. Maybe he'll have a point to prove on the pitch here. Ricky D, Timmy, into the middle. Jude's shot is blocked. And what feels like an ongoing goal drought, it's going to keep going on by the looks of things here. 20 minutes left in this game here. Still got 3 more subs I can potentially make. Jude has been so poor. Joe Richards, not really played much for us. Joe, you get in the game now. Elsewhere in the team, Lissa has struggled in this game. I'm going to bring in Moreland, and Mbamba is on a booking. Nobody like that. Brody Spencer, defensive mid, on you come, lad. It's not been the most emphatic or flashy performance from us, but truth be told, besides the penalty, Crewe haven't had a lot in the way of highlight chances. I feel like the majority of it has been us going forward. Can we keep that trend going here? Timmy through the middle. Holding up the play nicely. Moreland, fresh on the pitch, gives it to Ricky D. Options in the middle. No Jude to aim for, but Richards is there. Joe Richards, you can start the next game, mate. Friendship ended with Jude. Richards is my new best friend now. I just saw in the commentary there, Crewe are on a 16-game unbeaten run going into this game. They have been sensational, and whilst we've ridden our luck in this game, and maybe, had they scored the penalty, it would have been a completely different game, we are 3 goals up against them. It's been a long time since we've had a performance like this in the league. How much added time is there going to be? 7 minutes. 7. No, good news for us is we've not had any injuries in this game, so presumably our players are all fine. And well, I am more than fine with what we've seen here. 3-0 this game's going to finish. Dominant display. That penalty did feel like a pivotal turning point. Had they scored their tails up, maybe they turn around their performance. Just looking at Crewe here, they got so many yellow cards in this game. 6 yellow cards. They need to learn to control their players. Also, Ricky D, man of the match. What a bloke. What a bloke. So that result there does see us go back to the top of the table. Crewe, prior to this game, on a crazy unbeaten run in the league. You can see here, the league form goes all the way back to a defeat against Tranmere in September 3 months ago. Now, slightly concerningly here, I am being told a load of players might need a rest. They're not going to get a rest for this next game. I'm going to hope they can do the Swindon Town game. Oh my, there's so many players that need rests. But everyone who started that last game, lads, go just take a break for the next 3 days. Just come back for the Swindon game. It's another away day. They are in 4th. They are 12 points behind us. A win here moves us 15 points clear. May well put us in a position where the league is kind of just wrapped up in terms of promotion. That'd be lovely to do because then I can just focus on the FA Cup for the rest of the year. So the morning before this Swindon game, which we will be doing an away day for in just a moment, I have had my youth intake preview through. Goalkeeper, attacking midfielder, and then C's and D's everywhere else. Apparently, it could be an excellent intake. I feel like you can never trust things too much. Of course, we've got our newish head of youth development in Sam Montrose, so I'm hoping he's going to bring through some good players for us. I'm a bit concerned we're producing another goalkeeper. Of course, I've already mentioned Isaac Warren. He's playing for the England national youth teams. Do I need another goalkeeper? I mean, the answer's probably no, but you know what? I'm not going to complain. You can never have too many homegrown at club goalkeepers. When we're playing in the Champions League, you know, you always want your third choice goalkeeper to be homegrown at club for all the quotas. So it's fine with me. Anyway, I have just checked. I haven't done the Swindon away day before in real life or in Park to Prem. The county ground awaits 15,000 seater. This feels like a big one. So we've already headed north for an away day. Now we're going to head south. Halfway between Bristol and Oxford sits little old Swindon. And somewhere around here, there's a football stadium. I can't see it. Am I blind? Just look for a big patch of square green grass. I'll tell you what, Swindon, very green from above. It makes it a bit trickier. That said, I have managed to find it. Yeah, it wasn't a big patch of green. Turns out they play on cardboard. Or maybe they're just resurfacing the pitch. Could be cardboard. Now, in terms of the area around the stadium, I love this. You've got the cricket club next door, athletics track, not in the football stadium, but next to the football stadium, just as it should be. There's a bowls club as well, and there's car parking it. This is nowhere near the ground, is it? But you could get Yo Sushi if you wanted it. But actually, the actual football stadium's car park is pretty blooming good as well. Look at this. I mean, I say that. It's not quite... Crew levels are good, but it's not bad. I mean, my first instinct is I love the area around the ground. It feels like a proper football club. I suppose the question now becomes, what footage have you got for me? There's one dot in the stadium, but we can do a tour of the car park. Here we have Swindon Town. Look at this little drive-in. You've got a little pub to the right. You pull into the car park. It's full. It's a good occasion. I can't actually go in the car park, although this footage is dated from 2010. Apparently, there's a McDonald's only a few minutes away. Wait, there's multiple McDonald's around a roundabout over here. Right, okay, so look, there's a roundabout here. Where are the McDonald's? I've been told there's McDonald's here. We need to investigate. Now, I don't mean to be rude to the people of Swindon. Considering the football stadiums here, do you really need a McDonald's here, here, and here? That's too many McDonald's for anyone. Can't believe I'm saying this. I might be docking points for too much McDonald's. Also, car boot sale every Sunday at Swindon. I'll tell you what, it's going to be problematic if they make it to the Premier League and they're playing on Sundays, isn't it? That is going to be problematic for the people of Swindon. By the way, there's a pissing balloon dog dressed as a Swindon player here. What is going on? It does have that proper football ground feel, doesn't it? Love these kind of floodlights. This is the vintage football kind of floodlight of the 90s, isn't it? Just makes me feel warm and fuzzy. Excessive McDonald's, good car parking. There's one view of the inside of the ground. This is going to be important. What can it offer for us? I'll tell you what can offer for us. A Vaseline smeared view. Tell you what, you don't want to be in that ground, do you, when it's raining? You know, this kind of stadium would work great in Spain. Swindon, less great. Just like the Crew ground, it does have that proper football ground feel, doesn't it? It's a cute stadium. It's not the most remarkable or unique, although, you know, this kind of ground is a bold choice here in England with no roof. I do like the surroundings with the cricket club, the athletics club, good car parking. Maybe a few too many McDonald's, but lots of things to like at the county ground. I mean, the wild card really here is the car boot sales, because I love a car boot sale. I do. I'll be honest. It's my kind of jam. Car boot sale. That really... Is it better than Crew? I think it is. 6.75 out of 10. Swindon, you got Crew beat, just. I have just noticed here as well, as I ramble on about the rating of the away day, schedule-wise, Swindon are not a team in good form here. Like, that we haven't really been pulling away from them because we've not been winning either. But they are dropping off the pace a little bit. Our win feels like an expectation at this point. I know last game I said I might start Joe Richards. I've got to start Jude, haven't I? Now, in terms of the rest of the team, we have got players who need a break, and they will get the break after this game. I am making one change going into this one. Goldsmith is going to come in and play as our striker. Just sat out the last game for fitness reasons, but like I mentioned, he has perhaps been our striker in the most form. That's a very low bar that's been set. Hoping he's going to come into the team and work his magic. Besides that, I am putting trust in the players that tore apart Crew to do it again on the road 3 days later. Tell you what, I'll never get old, the Football League graphics that pop up. Anyone else just enjoy these? It feels like an occasion to get to the Football League. And even though I expect us to make it out of at least League 2 with relative ease, I don't know, it makes me feel big time. It makes it feel like an occasion, although I will say this table graphic here could be better. It does look a bit unfinished, doesn't it? Okay, we got off to a dream start last game inside 2 minutes. The nightmare start, I suppose, would be to concede in 2 minutes. Swindon with a corner early on. We get it away initially, but Guest is going to keep it alive. Maloney cuts inside. Chance. Goal. That's his first goal of the season. That's his first. That was a very good finish for a man who doesn't score. We dealt with the initial danger, and I'm thinking counter-attack? Question mark. And then Maloney just does some dancing. I think he's put it through Lissa's legs there. That is unfortunate. Okay, well, if we want to win this game, we are going to have to do it the difficult way. Swindon haven't won in 3 games. This is very on brand, isn't it? Beat the team who were unbeaten in 16 3-0. Lose to the team who's not won in forever. Did Garrett's shot get saved there? I thought he just shot stupid off target. The keeper's actually stopped that. We have still got a corner. Feels like a while since we last scored one. Could we score one here? McLaughlin chests it out for a goal kick. I don't think he thought it was coming to him. Swindon did have that one shot on goal, and since then, they have been on the back foot. We're creating a ton, but we need a goal, and Bamba tries to find an impossible pass through the middle. Lissa, to mop up the pieces, gives it to Ricky D. Man of the match last game, the right back. Wouldn't mind another kind of performance from him today. McLaughlin breaks down the play nicely. Gives it wide to Lissa. He's going to spread it to Timmy in the middle. Back with Lissa. Look at this. This is sexy. This is patience. This is rugby. Goldsmith. Okay, this is too much. Get the ball forward, lads. Come on, let's put the ball in the net. Or something. McLaughlin, he's going on a wander. Mbamba. 14 passing Mbamba. Timmy. Jude. Through the middle. Still can't score a goal. We have still got the corner. Not going to throw Jude under the bus just yet, but the bus is coming by and the intrusive thoughts have entered my head. I could just give him a little nudge into the bus. Probably shouldn't. Don't kill people by pushing them into buses, kids. I feel like the lack of sleep and just general rest and brain fog is concocting one hell of a commentary today. Just to make it clear, don't approve of pushing people into traffic. Anyway, they've got a free kick. Knight's over it. I'm not enjoying this. It's got that long build-up that we saw on Gomez, and it's fallen straight to their centre-back to score a rebound. What a crap goal to concede. I'm not sure. Did this free kick hit the defender, the goalkeeper, or the crossbar? I mean, it doesn't really matter, does it? It's irrelevant. Swindon have grabbed a second completely against the run of play. That Jude missed at 1-1 is really, it's looking more significant all of a sudden, isn't it? Roberts for them to another Roberts. They've got multiple Roberts. That's not fair. They've cloned him. Maloney. Wardley shoots. Wide. I'm fine. Everything's fine. I'm calm. 3 minutes left at the end of this first half. They've had 3 shots on target. 2 of them have gone in. Yeah, it's been that kind of game so far. I'm tempted to go to 3 strikers early here. Gonna tell the players they've been terrible and get them fired up. And yeah, you know what? I am gonna go to 3 strikers. And if you are wondering, Jack, what are these orange icons? It means the players need a rest. They can have it after this game. Okay, I am going to bring in Hamilton to play up top, I think. He's going to play as the pressing forward with Goldsmith and Jude either side. Ricky D and Garrett. Time for you guys to play as wing-backs on attack. I know you need rests. I know you're tired. No, I need you to play football. And Gomer's on a 6.2 rating. McLaughlin's on a 6.2 as well. You know what? I'm taking both of them off. Moreland, on you come. I brought you in to be the squad player. You're the giraffe with no brain. Please play well today. And elsewhere, Pritchard on for Ngoma. If you could do well, that would be nice. The fact I'm begging the players that I'm subbing on to play well probably is a sign of the state of the play at the moment. It's desperate. Right, triple change made at halftime. I've thrown on some big guns. We need a turn around. Could it start here? Ball whipped in. Lissa heads it. It's looping. It's over. An hour played it. They've not done anything in this second half. They've not even had a shot in this second half in the first 15 minutes. We're creating plenty, but we need to create goals, not just shots. Ball's going to be whipped in. Jude, I was going to say he's under it. He's almost dodged the ball there. He's run away from it in fear as Eastham has collected it. He's going to look to launch it long. I mean, if Swindon get a third now, I'm gonna be fuming, aren't I? They were there for the taking. This should have been the banker. It should have been the plan that couldn't fail, having won that first game. Instead, they're on the attack. It's cleared away. Timmy. I mean, if we come back and win this game, which I do feel like we could do, we look like geniuses. We look like we're a team made for promotion. But we have to show some fight. We're showing it there. It's Hamilton on and off the bench to find the back of the net. The hometown hero, the man who came for our youth intake, brought on at halftime to play as that pressing forward in the middle. Jude gets to the byline, pulls it back. Simple finish in the end, but it had to be put on target. The comeback's on, maybe. There's a kickoff highlight immediately. Imagine if we get a second. They're rattled. They are nervous. They are quaking. They are shaking. Moreland, what are you doing? I can't believe it. I'm in physical pain and I want to die. What's the giraffe? The giraffe with no brain. Am I an idiot for thinking that we had the comeback on there? I really thought, what is it? Is he trying to pass that to the keeper? Is it a through ball to their man? So many questions, none of them will be answered. It's 2 goals again. We got a corner. I don't want to enjoy it. I don't want to celebrate it. Garrett, come on. I mean, there's still 25 minutes left. A goal here. Their keeper's flapping. Goldsmith and Bamba, wide area. Can he get it in? He can. It's shot. Goldsmith scored. Okay, it's 3-2. The comeback's back on, maybe. Is it a pretty goal? No. Is it a nice goal? No, not really. It's a goal, though. It doesn't matter how they go in. They're all worth the same amount. It's a 1-goal game again. Everything's fine, I'm calm. The temptation to sub off Moreland, by the way, right now is very real. I could just take him off now, cut my losses, accept my mistake. Or maybe what we brought him on to do, be a weapon from set pieces, can be his thing. He's headed it off target. I don't want to make a scapegoat. He is a donkey, isn't he? Right, words of encouragement shouted. Instructions. We're going to go a bit more direct here. For the last 10 minutes. It's 3-2 Swindon. They don't deserve it. We've got an XG of 3.12. We've had 25 shots. We just can't find a breakthrough right now. I'll go very attacking for the next 2 or 3 minutes. But I feel like this is just one of those games. Or is it? Timmy shoots. Hits the crossbar. Is it a corner? It's a corner. Pause. It's a corner, everyone. You know what I'm doing. Right, remove the routines that we don't want the players to use right now. Get everyone in the bloody middle. No one needs to stay back. We're just filling the box full of men. We're going to aim for the far post. That's the plan. I do like the new set piece creator. It can be a bit of a faff when I just want to throw everyone forward at the end of the game. I want all the best headers attacking and lurking at the back post. We need a goal. Right, I've made changes. Everyone should be in the middle here. They are in the middle. Back post. Timmy whips it. It's half cleared, and Bamba heads it straight down the keeper's throat, and that concludes, frankly, a stupid game. It's 3-2 Swindon. What a sad little life, Swindon. I mean, look at their pass map. Number 10 hasn't had the ball given to him in a pass, has he, all game? Look at that. There's literally not a line going to number 10. I'm fuming. We should have won that match. No excuses. I mean, maybe I should have just rested the players and played the B team. Only silver lining in here is Crew haven't gone above us. That's because they've not played. So it's not even really a silver lining, is it? You know what? The end of some Football Manager episodes I set and I think that was a good episode. I feel like today's been a good episode. Like I mentioned at the top of things, if you have enjoyed it, do drop a like on things. In terms of when we're going to be back next time, in spite of that defeat against Swindon, I am feeling relatively confident of getting that automatic promotion. Maybe that's famous last words. With that in mind, and the FA Cup third round being against a team in the league below us, I think we're going to be coming back in January. Some wheeling and dealing, some new faces will be here. Should be an interesting one. Thank you so much for watching as always. Hopefully you enjoyed today's video. I hope it was worth the wait. I'll see you guys again tomorrow as we get back to our scheduled viewing. Until then, it is me, Jack. I'll talk to you guys in a bit. I'm out.